Do I regret getting a Ronto for my Tatooine Beast shelf? My wild Tatooine shelf? No. Hello there. Only one Kenobi, only one. So, firstly, I'm on cloud 9. I think the whole fan base is, just enjoy it, you know. I'm riding a bloody wave here of love for Star Wars right now. This is Sunday that I'm filming this, and I should be doing a review now of Wave 30 came yesterday, but anyway, why am I on cloud 9? Yeah, Mando's season finale, that's why, just to clarify. But this is what I want to do next. I want to get this Ronto open. So if you remember, if you follow the channel, you know that I was making Tatooine Beasts shelf, or a wild Tatooine shelf. So we have a Bantha, we have the tent here now, dedicated by Daniel Chart, and then we have the Dewback, which is Power of the Force 2. And I've been told that the Ronto is really worth a go. So if you just excuse, in the middle here, you've got my Jawas are ready to roll. And I've got some more of these guys to open. Because obviously you associate the Jawas with the Ronto. I borrowed a couple of Jawas from over here. Obviously these are the Black Series ones you just saw in that packet up at the top there. I'll go back to them in a minute. You get 2 in a pack with that, and they obviously re-released him in the vintage collection. The other 2 Jawas, well, there's another one there actually, he's Power of the Force 2. They were there, but do you know what? I moved them over here because they will match this Ronto perfectly, because it's of the same line of figures. But also, look at this. Just put this down a minute, excuse me. On the top shelf, you can see the glowing eyes. Someone was saying a while ago, they said, get a light on those Jawas, you know, put it above them on the shelf. You couldn't see the eyes glowing unless you held those Jawas to the window. But look at this, from this high vantage point, look at that, perfect. Look at this, fantastic. So I'm going to get these Jawas open as well and surround the Ronto. Excuse me, what happened then? Oh dear. And this guy comes with another Jawa as well, and he's got glowing eyes, I can tell. So I can't wait to get it open. Apparently this is really good. It's an underrated beast. I'll tell you what, I'll talk to you more about the Ronto as I'm opening it. So join me in the carded room. Let's get him open. Hello there. So yeah, all I really want to say about the Ronto is that, you know, he's associated quite heavily with the, what do you call it, special editions. And back in 1997, the special editions, before things like this became a permanent feature of Star Wars, which then became sour. At the time it was good because it was kind of quirky, and I was 16 when I went, and that was the first time I was able to go and see Star Wars in a cinema, the special edition. So I loved it, and I remember they advertised this, so they said, and a few extra surprises, and you saw this dinosaur jump in the trailer, and you thought, whoa, what's that? Let's go and see. And there were just extra things they added, like special edition. But then I had no idea that then in the long term they would be an integral part of the film, you know, forever, because, you know, not necessarily the Ronto, but that other dinosaur that kind of, you know, covers the shot completely with the, how long have you had these droids? About 3 or 4 seasons? They're up for sale if you want them. You think, what the hell have they put that in the way for? So, anyway, the Ronto is just a great excuse for me to add it to my Tatooine shelf and have it with the Jawas, you know. Why not? So I've got 3 sections of people. I've got the you know, Tuskens and the Jawas, the natives, and then obviously the outsiders, the off-worlders, the invaders, the Imperials, the stormtroopers with the Dewbacks. So let's get this guy open. I don't know what the situation is like. I hope I've shown you enough of the packaging there, by the way. You join me here in the carded room, just because I've got the table set up in here. And my mate Mark, if you're watching, mate, I've got one, mate. He was just saying, Mike, he said, you've got to get yourself a Ronto, Nick. He said, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this thing is like. I'm sure it'll be better when I've got figures around it. The guy who sold me this was on a Facebook group called Echo Base Modern, and he did a fantastic deal on this. Look at this. I could keep this carded and it'd be fantastic, but I'm obviously opening it. But £20 including the postage. What a legend. So I don't know if that guy watches this channel. I doubt it. He might do. He might. Not that he shouldn't. Anyway, oh Jesus, I just turned, oh, it doesn't matter, it's going to be going in the bin anyway. Well, I might keep the box actually, because if I sell it on, you know, but not that I'm gonna. But I hope that, oh Jesus, I mean, this I'm not looking forward to. Get ready for some monkey music, because I'm going to have to open this Gonna have to release this guy. I'll fall. Look at all that nonsense. Anyway, more baggies for freezer bags. Or if you grow tomatoes, you can use these twisties on the vines. So position and run through. There you go. Have a look at that. Kenner, look at that. You see, amazing. Just before the Hasbro acquisition. Oh no, it doesn't say it's a 1997 Hasbro Inc. So obviously they may have already taken it over, I guess. Yes, they had. It was 95. 95, it was still... I don't know what I'm talking about. But they obviously used the brand of Kenner, like they do now with the vintage collection. But that's deliberate, isn't it? You know, they put the Kenner logo on there. Obviously, they still own that. But back then, it was obviously they were still going forefront with the logo Kenner. Maybe just as a neater way of easing in Hasbro owning it, you know? A bit like over here in the UK. There's no question that Walker's Crisps are owned by Lay's, because they use the same font and everything, but they haven't changed the name. They don't call them Lay's Crisps over here, they call them Walker's Crisps. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with this leaflet here, but, you know, since you're here, if you don't want to see this spin on, but I'll just have a flip through just from your own interest. It's like when you look at any catalogue in it, you know, you wait and you stop on Star Wars, well, I do anyway. So I have got him now, well, obviously, and this, I'm not getting that because that is a really good Jabba the Hutt to look like the really bad CGI Jabba that was in the special edition. It was an awful Jabba. At the time, it was interesting. I remember loving the documentary on how they did that scene. But again, I would not have wanted to see that forever in Star Wars. It was just like a one-off, like the special editions. Now they want to keep it in permanently. I just think it takes away the mystique of who Jabba the Hutt is. You know, much better to see him in Return of the Jedi, having mentioned. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I'm sure I am not alone in that opinion. I am not alone. Anyway, cue the monkey music. Aha! Stop there. Stop the monkey music. Getting your first look of the Ronto. And yeah, that is a lovely... That's a really nicely textured dinosaur, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. The film was a welcome thing because obviously by then everyone had seen Jurassic Park and the effects in Jurassic Park were great. They've obviously probably not aged so well. I don't know if they've updated the... I'm sure they've got that ability to do that if it's all in computers and everything's saved. But the Ronto, I remember seeing it thinking, well, they've done that because dinosaurs are easy at this stage. What was it, 97? It would have been produced in 96, 95 kind of thing. Who knows? But anyway... That's nice, that, man. That will look really good. I haven't even opened it up properly yet, but I can see the potential of that. It does look nice. The articulation, it does that thing, because it does jump up. There's a swoop bike that comes in. Can't do the sound. And then he jumps on his hind legs. Or he jumps, his back legs are on the ground, his 2 front feet are up. And then there's a Jawa. It's all quite quirky, isn't it? It's almost like you've got to forgive them for doing it because, you know, they're having a bit of fun, aren't they? It's Lucasfilm were thinking, right, let's just see what crazy stuff we can pull off with this new computer technology. And that's what they were doing. But yeah, Rontos. I like the one that stood in the background when they're still. Go on, go on. I can't abide those Jawas. Disgusting creatures. When he's not doing all the crazy stuff, he's just stood there. So I like the idea that... Look at that with the lights there. I like the idea that Rontos are a part of the, you know, Tatooine wildlife chain, whatever you want to call it. The web of life on our favourite planet. That's everything there. Great. Now then, what I'll do is I'll just loosen up. I don't think we need any more monkey music. I think that's mainly everything now. If I just take that... Oh, I see. That loosens his neck a bit there. That doesn't matter, he's not dropped completely. Oh, I like the reins there. Is that rope? Yeah, that's a good touch. Yeah, check this out. Just zoom in, I'm using a tripod here. It's a nice touch, isn't it? Makes it feel real. I'm glad that's not plastic. That's proper, you know, whatever you call it. Rope, string, fabric. As opposed to rubber or plastic reins. His ears, great. Can you articulate them? Yes, you can. Keep it down, maybe up or down. It doesn't really matter. I think they go down on the picture. And here's the Jawa. Look at the eyes glowing there. He's right underneath the light above me, but that's good. But he looks great, and he is different from the other ones I've got in the other room. I think he's got articulation. The others don't bend like that. I don't think. They're more statuic. Statuic. That's not even a word. But look at his hood there, slightly different. But he's going to be great on top. Should we put him on now? Get the target right. There he is. Just stood there. I guess they stand on. No wonder they fall off. What amazing creatures these are. And is this supposed to just... There you go. Got it. I was trying to get it so it hooked onto his hand. It took a while. Anyway, really good. I'll just, you know, give him a 360 now, and then I'll put him where he should be, man. On display with other beasts. Here's a front view. Look at him. They look like herbivores. Look at him, that beak thing there, you see. I know that dewbacks are omnivorous. The colour is way better than I expected. Well, what I mean by that is I now understand the hype people were... So, I mean, if you look at him on that packaging, he looks really bland. I've seen a few reviews as well, but up close and personal, he's got lovely colouring, lovely paint job there. Again, this is another exhibit of perfection of the... Don't knock the power of the Force 2. There's some good stuff in there, man. I am glad, Mike, I've got it. Really good. So I think the most important thing is now to look at the texture end of that as well. Look at that. That's really metallic looking. That's great. Totally understand why people are hyping about this. So yeah, I'm going to get him on display now in the other room and see if he fits in all right. Might look a bit crowded now on that display, but still, there's definitely a theme going on there. Tatooine beasts. He looks like he's going to fall off any minute, that fella, but he's not. He's obviously on there. I mean, he's leaning forward, should we say. Anyway, should we just have a quick go with this articulation? What does he do? The neck goes forward like that, obviously. That was quite a good reenactment of the movie. He's supposed to be able to stand up, though. Does he do this? Oh, I see. He can move the back legs back like that. Oh, I see. So you can maybe then have him... Still, I'm not going to be doing anything like that. I do apologise. There'll be people watching this wanting me to do this kind of thing. You know, they want to see the articulation. Head goes back, forwards. The legs can articulate like that. Really good. The head... Is the head connected to the... Yeah, if you move the back legs, the head moves like that. So I suppose you can have him freaking out at a swoop bike. I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to get him so he's standing up like the Brachiosaurus does in Jurassic Park. You know, when he goes jumping up to get that top branch. How do you do this? I'll show you. Anyway, that'll do. That'll do. I wish I hadn't messed around with him now. I like the way he looked before I started messing, but I think he's back to how he was. Right, let's get him on the shelf. And he's in here, but I haven't got him in the final position yet. But I just wanted to say that, excuse my ignorance before, I just had a read of the box. It tells you what to do, what the actual mechanism is. If you put him on his hind legs, then his head swings back. Then when you put him in standing position again, you know, he falls forward again. It's just in an attempt to knock the Jawa off when he rears his head back. So that's the deal. But the problem I've got at the minute, before I haven't finalised him, is just to get him in normal standing position, which I'm sure you can do because, well, I have actually done it, but his head's far too back. The Jawa looks like he's kissing the back of his neck. If you put him, you can have him like that. But in their picture, I'll figure it out. I won't leave you until I've sorted it. But for now, I just wanted to show you this mechanism again. Slam him on the hind legs. Hang on, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Oh, he's just come off anyway. Boom. And then the head comes back. Sorry about the quality of this video. Look at that, he's hanging off there. Look at that, that's brilliant. And then obviously when he stands back again, the head goes forward. So it's just interesting, that mechanism. That is quite funny. But what I'll do now is I'll try and work it out so that he can have all four legs flat on the floor, like he's standing normally, like he is, you know, when the speeder bike is parked. And what I'll also do is I shall borrow these Jawas from here for now, and then I'll open the other two later. See what we can do. You see what I mean? With all four legs flat, this is the head position. And look how close the Jawa is to him. Oh, teeny. Getting quite intimate with the Ronto roasters. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I might just keep working at it and see. But I like these two guys at the front. They do match the Power of the Force 2 vibe. And again, from the high vantage point, the eyes are glowing, which is good. Anyway, not finished yet. Let me just sort it all out and I'll show you how I'm going to have it or leave it. Maybe that looks all right from that angle. It's a tall beast, isn't it? Look at that, that's great, actually. They are all quite close together. I like the space that existed between this party and this group, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a display piece, isn't it? To give you a flavour. He'd probably be better here and have these guys in the middle, you know, the invaders, and have the two local tribes left and right. I'll have a little look at it now and see what we can come up with. And here they are. I'm going to show you two different ways I'm going to have it. I've got him on the far right now, Loronto, and his friends. You could see his eye glowing before. There it is. It's a little bit off the wall behind. You know, the one thing is don't regret getting it. I'm really glad I have it, you know. It's a fantastic piece. It's really tall. It's nice. It's great. And then we've got the Imperial Party there. I mean, the common idea is that these guys were going around slaughtering people, you know. Did they or didn't they, Luke and Aunt Beru and Owen? Or also, they slaughtered a load of Jawas, but they were the Jawas they were looking for. Maybe they didn't give them the information they wanted and then they lost their lives. I like the idea of these guys going around and interviewing people like maybe these. Would they get anywhere with these people? I can imagine these guys kicking off at the sight of these people. I don't know. Like, you know, it's Anakin who spoke to... Where is he? He's everywhere, Anakin. He talked to... not Tuskens, but to Jawas. There you go. He talked to local Jawas, so we've seen what Mando can do with negotiating with these local people. So there you are. I might try having the Loronto in the middle, going back to how I was before. Bear with. And I think I'm going to leave it like this. Two guys with glowing eyes facing front. The other two with non-glowing eyes, just subtly, with a better sculpting, by the way. They're amazing Jawas. Looking away. So they're just obviously looking elsewhere. These guys are facing the front, if I can focus. There they are. I like that. And there's another one there. That's the one that's in the vintage collection. There are other Jawas as well. Ooh, a spot of paint needed there. There are other Jawas to get. The one in the Legacy collection was one that was different. I wish they'd done one that was soft goods in the modern era. Really, what they should have done is given you a definitive Jawa in the recent vintage collection. But they went with just packing the big boy, him. But still, there it is. Got Loronto in the middle, left Tusken, and right Dewback. And Imperials. So that's my wild Tatooine shelf there. Fantastic. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you are new around here, subscribe. I want to give a shout out to Cy Finch, who is very kind to all the community, and he does subscriber choices. He's done several for me, and he recently did a wild Tatooine shelf. Now, that guy has got so much stuff. You need to check him out, and we'll leave a description to Cy's channel below. He has got a massive, eclectic variety of figures and beasts and creatures, vehicles, everything. Amazing. So go check out Cy Finch. And also, shout out, I've got a couple of new subscribers. So I'm going to give you another mention in my next video, which will be Wave 30. I keep forgetting to give you all a mention, but, you know, that's amazing. And also, if you are to subscribe to the Patreon of mine, the first step you will always get, about 50 videos now I have. I usually put opening videos and stuff like that, and backstage shelf videos and stuff, so check it out if you are also interested. But for now, thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.